Alright. Hello, everybody, assuming this is working. And I believe it to be so. But yeah, this is just a chill stream working on my comic because I haven't done it in a while. So I figured, hey, let's do it now, because why not? Alright, so yeah, here I am doing this. And I'm currently doing this scene. I know right now it looks like the Mother Fairy's head, but it's not. It's actually the praying mantis. So let's just do the eyes looking kind of like that. I'll erase that part later. But as of right now, I'm going to just do that. I did some of it like off stream, but not all, obviously. Alright, so this is what I have, and I actually looked at like webtoons, and I saw that a lot of the panels are very short, only like somewhere within the teenage range of panels. Well, not teenage, but the teen. What do you call teens for numbers that aren't aged, but just like a group of numbers? I guess teens, maybe? I don't know. But anyways, just need like teens of comic book panels. So I actually separated a few of these episodes into 2 different ones, and I'm gonna wait to post it until I have more, because that would just be better to post by then. Alright, so yeah, I have her there. Her wings are not going to show up because it's just there. I'm gonna erase that part later. Sup, Ape Green, welcome to the stream. I am doing great. Everything feels great right now, and I'm working on the comic. I'm going to draw this scene here as half of someone's face being ripped off. I'm going to basically draw that. But I don't think I have the right setting right here. So I'm going to actually move this hand down. And I think this would work better. Actually, maybe not. Right, let's do that here. Right here should be good. Alright, what I need to do is basically draw the body first, and that would get me what I am aiming for. Thumbnail this whole thing. Like with other artists, they usually like draw the whole thing like as a sketch. This isn't really a sketch, it's more of a doodle, but it's enough for me to get the point across to myself, which is really what matters here. So I'm going to just go ahead and do, let's see. Alright, I think I'm gonna have the mouth go kind of like this. Like that here. Then I'm just gonna have this mantis appendage look kind of like this instead. Let's do that, and then let's just have some of the teeth going like so. With the fairies, they have this fan. Don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but they have that in their mouth. Like all of them have that. It's because like they eat more meat than a human, so their canines are like much bigger than a human's would be, like size proportion anyway. And yeah, that's just basically what they have. So that's that. And let's see, one moment, please. Okay, so all right, I'm back. All right, so let's have that going here. Let's have this one going a bit like here too. Excuse me. So let's have like that go about here. Right. Luckily I have that down there so I can like easily just look at the face. I forget this character name. The only one that I remember is Lavender, which is the name of the father, because the comic book is basically going to be about him. This is just the inciting event, basically. So yeah, that's basically that. Alright, so that's something right there. Let's do that. This is going to be like one heck of a go here. Plus, another reason why I not really detailed with the whatchamacallit, the outlines from what I can. That's the closest thing I can recall them being called. But from the is so that I can, like, when I'm actively drawing it, I can actually like feel more about it. That would, if that makes sense. That's just what I would do. Alright, so let's just do that, and that. Alright, so let's see. Change that to 2, and I feel like that would be the inside of the eye getting grabbed. So that right here should be good. Then let's do this with that skin color, and that should work better. Yeah, I think that could work. Alright, so let's go ahead, put that there, this here, that right there. Alright, so got me my Outer Wilds music playing. Got everything right here that I would need for that, and everything is looking quite good so far. I just don't know if I should make the eyes bigger. I feel like I should, so let's see. Let's change that to trees. Because every other time, their eyes have been kind of big. But yeah, it's a little sneak peek of what's going on in the comic. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so I got that. I want to see if I can maybe like speed draw it. So this is not going to be done in 15 minutes, but I'm still gonna try. So let's do that. Let's see, what did I need for the head? Alright, so there we go. Alright, so there's that. Let's erase that, and that's better. Alright, that's a good spot to have him, so let's just do that. Alright, so how the angle of the other tin looked, that would be pretty weird for it to look like that, but I think it's probably fine. So we're just gonna do that. Let's do this. And I was planning on having this one be the upper mandible, but the lower one is just fine. So we're gonna go ahead and just do that there. So let's go ahead and just erase this right here. An interesting story is that there has been like some sonic booms heard all over America, just like a loud booming sound. So that's one of the many weird things going on. Now, personally, I just saw one of those stories, and I'm not a conspiracy kind of guy or anything, but it just seems weird to me because, like, based on the size of the meteor, it would make more sense for it to completely like destroy the house, but instead it just made a hole in it around the exact same size as said meteor. I don't know. I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really one of those conspiracy people, and nor am I like well educated in space phenomena, but I just think that that's weird to me. Because usually they make craters that are much bigger than them, especially depending on the speed and variance, and if it's going fast enough to make like a boom so loud it's heard across many states, then you'd think it would make a crater instead of just a hole its exact size, but you know, whatever. So anyways, so that's that. Let's see, do I want that as the size right there? Alright, let's change that to this. Then I'm going to just erase some of this so it looks more, so I can get a better idea of it. Okay. Even though I like the big parts, it would be, this works good too, like that. Alright, so that's good right there. Alright, so let's see. Let's try and do this within like 4 more minutes. Don't know if I'm gonna color it or not, but right, so I'm gonna have him raise his arm up like that so that he can try to like grab the mandibles like that so he doesn't get his face ripped off. It's still gonna happen, but he's gonna at least put up a fight. That's more than some humans would ever bother doing. And so, let's just do that and this. Alright, so let's do that, and that's good. Now the size difference is pretty noticeable, but I think it will be fine. In fact, I think I can fix it. Can I? No, I can't. Right. Well, let's just test it out, see if I could, in fact, fix it. And that fixing would require just separating all of those. Them nice and big right there. And then just shrinking it down. because the size is much different, but it's a big whatever type of thing. See, not sure which one I like more. You know what? Let's follow the rule of cool, as they say, and just leave it big because it just looks better this way, in my humble opinion. And let's also make the lines much thinner. And yeah, right there, that's good. Right, so got all that right there. Excuse me. Right, so have that there. So let's do that. Let's also, so that's good. Gotta make the stuff nice and clean, so it looks nice and proper. Right, so let's do that there. Let's just have this guy's neck go kind of like that. So let's just have some nice claws going right there. Right there. Alright, so that's good. Alright, so and that's good. Let's just do this here. Shoot, that same effect could be used right there. But I'll probably just think of a different one if I remember. Alright, so let's just do that. Alright, so that's good right there. So I'm streaming, let's just go ahead and do some of the painting right now. So let me leave that one as is. Alright, so that's pretty good right there. Usually make the praying mantis a bit more buff, but this works. So it's good right there. Alright, so got pink right there. Let's have it much darker right there. Alright, so that's good like that. Alright, so let's just take the color from this one right here. Don't know how it got that other color, but this is the right one right here. Alright, so this one is just practically done. Let's see. Could probably do a little better with that. So, alright, let's actually do this. Let's actually go ahead and let's do the whole thing. Move this on over to here. Just in case. This just to see how it may look. So basically just having him pulled up a little bit. Then let's add a bit of red to it. Yeah, that's much better. Alright, so we got that right there. Right, so that's good so far. Let's see. When did I start that? Let's see, it's the 25-minute mark I did it. So, I'm gonna try it till 45-minute mark and see how much can be done there. I know it makes it look like he got rid of both of them, like getting rid of his whole face. Seems like it would just be unideal. So, I think half of it would be better. I was hearing nothing. It's beginning to feel sleepy. Honestly, I will probably take a nap. So let's do the teeth here, here. I enjoy the song. Just listening to it and a bunch of it, other covers of it earlier. Alright, so we got this right here. This right here. Alright, so now the hard part, I have to do this, so it looks quite stiff still. So let's do that. I'm gonna let him keep his antenna because I feel like it would be important to him. So gonna just go ahead and put the nostril there. I also have an idea for an animation. I don't know when I'm gonna make that one, but I think it would be pretty funny to do. So let's have, now that I have a better idea on how the missing face looks, I didn't even use this as a reference. Why didn't I do that? That would have made sense, but guess not. Oh well. But yeah, probably add just a bit of zigzags right here to show that some of the cheek is missing too. And since Webtoons is a bunch of like wimps, I'm going to have to like change the blood from red to green. I don't know why that gets passed, but apparently it does. So that's that then. Alright, so let's just change that to this. Now I'm once again thinking about shrinking the head of this guy. I think his name was Con. Oh no, Condia. Yeah, the daughter's name was Lupine, and his name was Condia, and I forgot the wife's name. But anyways, instead of making his head smaller, let's just make the mantis's head bigger, because his head is pretty big. So let's just do that. Right, that's a bit too big. And let's just split this apart a bit. I don't know why that one is so quiet. And I think I'm gonna keep those points there because it's kind of like it's just a bit of skin that's being held up. So just gonna do that like that. Let's change the eyes to that. And part I'm excited about doing is I'm actually going to have a bit of the eye hanging out with some of the eye socket, and I think that'd be pretty cool. Then later on in the comic, like once he gets a transplant, it's gonna have some stuff like growing, so he grows like a new face, because these fairies, they've basically mastered, I think it's called mycology, the study of mushrooms. You think mycology would have been the study of mice or something, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that, named after the mushroom study. But anywho, they basically mastered it. They grow their own houses and stuff. And humans are just getting around to doing that. Except instead of houses, they're just growing the bricks. So these guys are more advanced with that. So, alright, so I got that right there. Let's just do something kind of like this. Let's do that. That should hopefully convey an idea of it. Then get this to a 2. Alright, so that's a good amount right there. Alright, so this one's spooky. Let's change that. That's good. I suppose I should have like part of his nose being taken. I could just, it doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna have this here and this here. That's pretty neat, like so. Let's go ahead and have the other jar nice and open. Let's have just those little ones going out that way. The music sounds peaceful. Thank you, Ep.20. I'm glad you like it. Alright, so we got this right here. I'm not sure how that dot went there, but let's erase that. There we go. Alright, there we go. So that's much bigger. Let's see. Could have it at a certain angle where it's like, looks like it's actively being dropped. It looks like he's eating the green tin. Yeah. Yeah, it does look like that. But it's actually the other way around. The green tin is ready to eat him. Alright, so got that right here. Actually, let me see how this would look. Because I have the eyes going in a whole weird direction. Right, so anyways, let's see. Alright, so that's fine like that, and this is like that. Right, I think that's the end times music right there. Alright, so we got that. Oh yeah, I was saying I should probably have this at an angle. Since that part has skeleton exposed, maybe I should have this to like show that, hey, it's a skeleton. So yeah, that could be interesting. So I think I'll probably have it like that. Oh! Alright, so that's good. Let's see if I should draw. Alright, so that's good like that. I don't know why I did that. Alright, so got that right there. Let's do this here. I'm gonna just try it at this angle so I can fit all of the tins into the panel. And so I think this one took 20 minutes to draw, which is still a bunch of time, but I do like how it ended up looking. So, got that right there. Yeah, I'm not really good at drawing tins, and perspective isn't exactly the right word, but it's kind of the most accurate word I could think of at the moment. There we go. Okay, some panels are harder than others to draw. This one is just simply one of the hard ones. So I guess I shouldn't be too upset about that. Alright, so let's go there. That's good like that. Alright, so got that right there. And his sister's injury is he got some of her internal organs ripped out, and her arm is missing. So this guy kind of got it easier, even though it's more visible, kind of. Alright, so I think I probably should have titled the stream differently, but eh. Yeah, so I should probably hit save. Just seemed like that's something was probably gonna go wrong there, so that was a good little reminder to do so. I also need to figure out the background I want for this. I suppose it could just be like black and stuff, stuff for fighting panels and everything. Probably make it pink and then just do like some red overtones over it. Oh, that's good right there. Okay, so that's good. I'll draw her later. Finding myself falling asleep a little bit. Alright, so I just like how that looks with the eye and the skull and everything. So I think that's worked out quite well. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so let's see here. Gotta get. Alright, knew I had him here. The Firefly is going to go and get some help. Gonna skip that one. It's a bit too sleep inducing for me. Okay. And so let's get rid of that. Let's actually put this a little further up. We just give him his horn. Oh, by the way, this song was made by someone named Prelo, a YouTuber. That's Paolo. Let's get rid of that, and there we go. Alright, let's have them stick straight up because he's scared. Alright, so we got that right there. Let's actually close this up. I'm not sure where I was going with that. Right. And I'm thinking about ending the stream, but the 3 panels in an hour 30 minutes, that's equal to just about a panel every 30 minutes. So that's actually pretty good work for me. So that's good. Alright, so I'm gonna do that right here. Actually, that leg looks mediocre. These legs look kind of bad. And so I'll probably end up redoing this later, but for now, let's just see how it looks. Alright, I think that's enough of that. Alright, so if you enjoyed this, press that like button and subscribe because I do these randomly and sometimes I'm less sleepy. Like last time, uh, I don't know how to link to it while I'm live, so check the description later. And until next time.